Raise your hand if you or someone you know plays or has played a contact sport. The person or people you currently have in mind are at risk for CTE. I encourage you to listen to the information I present today, as it could not only help but save the life of a loved one. I will first describe the problem that is CTE and discuss steps towards a solution. CTE is a silent killer in today's society. The degenerative brain disorder has taken the lives of many. CTE knows no boundaries. Its victims include anyone from 23 to 89, from quarterbacks to punters, and CTE has hit everyone from the most well-known NFL players to just the kid next door. To give you insight on just how damaging a hit during a football game could get, the average force on a player's head during one hit is the same as if he were to drive his car into a brick wall at 30 miles an hour. Now imagine hitting your head at that force about 62 times. Damage would clearly be done. These repeated hits cause CTE to attack the parts of your brain responsible for controlling impulses, decision-making, and reasoning. Thus, the disease masks itself as depression. Because we see CTE as depression, the patients are often treated for depression, not CTE. The underlying problem of CTE is literally eating away at their brains. CTE also presents itself as a huge problem because a cure remains unknown. Not only are we often aware of the symptoms, we are totally ignorant to a cure. Typically, CTE can't be diagnosed until post-mortem. In 2015, however, the first living man had a confirmed case of CTE. A PET scan showed clear buildup of tau proteins, and the test was confirmed in 2015 when he passed. The lead researcher on this trial began raising money in 2017 to start a clinical trial to further testing of the technology. This brings me to what we can all do to help find a solution. Because CTE is such a large problem and there's no cure, we all need to lend a hand. A cure may seem out of reach, but there are steps we can all take to protect our loved ones. There are many things you can do to help. Prevention is a top priority. By knowing the warning signs of a concussion, you can seek proper treatment for those and those around you. More often than not, concussions are ignored by coaches and even the athletes themselves. This can worsen the damage. 30 out of 160 interviewed NFL players surveyed by the American Press say they have hidden or played down the effects of a concussion. As you've learned today, playing with a concussion can cause irreversible damages. Thus, I encourage you to speak out and conversate with those around you about the dangers of hits. It is also important to note how many concussions a person has suffered. CTE is caused by repeated concussions. Thus, it can be beneficial to the athlete to remove them from the game and even the sport if it becomes too dangerous. I also encourage you to spread awareness. Use what you've learned here today to educate those around you and keep the conversation going. By educating those around you and keeping the conversation going, we can spread the conversation to protect our loved ones. The last thing I encourage you to do is donate. You can donate at the Concussion Legacy Foundation, Boston University, and the Brain Injury Research Institute. CTE is a silent killer in today's society. A cure may seem out of reach, but there are steps we can take to protect our loved ones. I first discussed the problem that is CTE, then discussed steps we can all take towards a solution. We have been working against this disease since 1920. Although progress has been made, it doesn't stop there. I encourage you to take action against CTE as fans, athletes, and even just friends.